Coast. All of those lands, he's correct. A lot of the Hebrews were there. Even Ghana is a Hebrew word. You know what I'm saying? So there were, I believe, 122 kings that reigned in Ghana even before the founding of Islam. You even learn that, I think, is in Babylon and Timbuktu as well. But yeah, so you got a lot of the Israelites that are actually there of Levi, Judah, and Benjamin. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
No.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah, I got you.
Thank you.
Same area. All right. So Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast, Ghana, Togo, Benin, but they took primarily Kingdom of Judah, which would be the map, Nigeria area, over to primarily Jamaica. I think I should see it. Jamaica. Igbos, I think it's Jamaica. What is it at? Jamaica, Haiti, and Barbados in Virginia. That's where they brought Evos mostly. Yes.
That's true.
Southern Kingdom. Then they were bringing primarily Yorubas over to Mexico.
Now get this. He cut himself because get this. Notice he just said that a lot of them were the Igbo people, and he said they came over to America, which is true. Majority of the ships came over here in 1812 of the Igbo people. But guess what? The Igbo people are claiming to be from the tribe of Gad. Now that goes against what they're teaching in the chart. You see what I'm saying? So the Igbo people are mostly Gad. The Eri family, E-R-E, are the oldest family that are in Southeast Nigeria. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So that's Gad.
Mm-hmm. And I know that to be true because I spoke to a sister, no lie, about a week ago in Africa, and she knows what tribe she's from, and she said she's from the tribe of Gad. No lie. So, and I didn't even talk to him about that.
Yeah. And remember, this is my first time hearing this video.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Cuba, Puerto Rico. They knew where they were taking the right people. Yeah. They knew. And then you have Bantus, which is further down. That was brothers of both. It's okay, the Bantus. Take them, they belong to them. They belong to them. Go to Wikipedia. Go to Oda. O-U-I-D-H. Whitehead is a bird.
Now get this. That word O-U-I-D-A-H, that's a French word, which means Judah. So they had a port there that was known as Port of Judah that was there. So he telling the truth with that. You know what I'm saying? That's actually a fact, what he's talking about. O-U-I-D-A-H. If you look that word up, it'll tell you of the kingdom of Judah. You know, so Ouida. You know what I'm saying? So that's actually a fact. You know, when you actually get to looking into it, and he mentioned the Bantus, a lot of the Bantus were fleeing from Kenya all the way down into the southern interiors of Central and South Africa. So they fell into the Congos, the Mabubu Jews. You know what I'm saying? And then you have another sect of Jews that were there. I mean, you were just talking about Angola. Yeah, Angola. All the way in Gabon, because he talked about Gabon earlier.
My girl from Bantu.
Yeah, so a lot of them are Bantus, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of them speak language like Xhosa, like the language that they spoke in the movie Black Panther. You know, it was a language that they had spoke. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, that's just, this is my first time hearing it too though. But go ahead.
All right, so now pay attention to all the information he's saying, all right? So now we about to bring this around full circle. He even tell you, listen closely now.
So it says slave coast. So it says kingdom of Judah means that Judah, Benjamin, and Levi were there. If it's the kingdom of Judah, it's three of us. It's Judah, Benjamin, Levi there. Let's go to. You go to map now. Go to map. Give you an idea. The present map. Negro land. You got Nigeria there, and you have Gabon right under. You have Nigeria, Ghana right there. Then you have Benin. That's what I wanted to do a map. There's Benin there. You go closer. Yes, coming up Lagos. Right there. See that? We share land. Benin's there. Somebody from Ghana right there. Nigeria, that's all Judah eat from right there. Then we had land all the way to the Sudan, all the way further down to the Congo. We had that whole area there. And the only was somewhere within the west as well.
So notice he's saying all this stuff, but even when you look at the chart. Now they got it on there. We never had Africa on there. Period.
I just said this.
Go ahead.
Well, you just said, I just said this.
Yeah.
Now get this. And those were the Bantus that I was talking about. Now get this. He just got done saying that Benjamin, Levi, and Judah, he said that's all of us. Now get this. When you do your research, you even learn that 464 slaves landed at what they call the mouth of the Mississippi River. But get this. You even learned that India and Portugal, they had slave ports that came from the kingdom of Judah that they set up there, and they scattered us. So that's why you got in India some place known as Little Africa. Look this up. There's some Israelites that are there who got Hebrew names. They follow Hebrew customs, and they don't know how they got there. You see what I'm saying? So he's basically explaining the other part. I may end up doing a documentary on this again because I had dabbled and dabbled into this. I mean, around 2014 when I was 2013. Shortly after I came into the truth or whatnot, but I got a lot of information. I might do another documentary on this, talking about the migration patterns of the Israelites. But he got done explaining in the video. What's his name? Aitan. He just got done explaining basically what I was just saying. So the brother is correct. So the crazy part about it, all you now got to do is find out where did those slaves go to and where did those slave ports go to. It didn't just go to America. Some went to India. You see what I'm saying? So, and some went to other places as well. So which means that Judah is, if we are to go by the 12-tribe chart, Judah can't just be in America. And that sounds a lot like Isaiah 11 when he talked about Isaiah 11 verse 12, how he would gather Judah in all four corners. Right. But what do I know?
Right. So, yeah. You don't know a damn thing, nigga. You ain't with IUIC at all. What's wrong with you, nigga? Right. What's wrong with you?
They bring us. They were our enemies, rivals, like the Philistines, kind of. Like that scenario. Same area. All right? So Ghana, Cote of Ivory, Cote d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast, Ghana, Togo, Benin. But they took primarily Kingdom of Judah, which would be, what other map? Nigeria area over to primarily Jamaica. I think I should see it. Jamaica. Igbos are taken to Jamaica. What is that? Jamaica. It was Jamaica, Haiti, and Barbados in Virginia. That's where they brought Igbos mostly. Yes. Southern Kingdom. Then they were bringing primarily Yorubas over to Mexico, Brazil.
You hear that? He said that he brought the Yorubas over to Mexico, Brazil. Yorubas are Africans. They black folk.
Yep. And not to mention the Ashanti tribe. Yep. The Ashanti tribe are also, many of them also came from Jamaica, and a lot of them went from Jamaica to Ireland. You know what I'm saying? So that when you learn about the Black Irish, you'll learn that a lot of them came from Ireland. You know what I'm saying? So you can definitely look that up as well. So a lot of us were scattered. The Ashanti is a Hebrew word, the people of Ashan. When you look at Joshua chapter 15, verse 42, let me grab that right quick. And again, this is my first time hearing this video. Am I lying, bro? Joshua chapter 15, verse 42, it says when it goes into the name and the lineages. So Joshua 15:42, it says, and Libnah and Ither and Ashan. So here it is when you learn that the Ashan or Ashanti, because they got different names. You got the Ashanti, which is the people of Ashan. The T is a suffix. It means the people of. And then you have the word Ashan. You have the, also known as the Akan Twi-speaking Israelites of Ghana. If you're watching this, yes, you are an Israelite as well. You know what I'm saying? But I'll talk a little bit about this in that documentary that I did. It's called True Identity of the So-Called Negro, Part 4. You know, and I might have to do a Part 5. Just hearing that might just inspire me to do a 5.
Yeah, I'll send it to you, Ken Folk. I got you, Rashad. Now, notice now he's talking about now all these tribes being dispersed. What happened to the 10 tribes already being brought over here that you read about in 2nd Esdras? What would be the need to even explain this and go into this? Because this is well after, obviously, number one. And then number two, as we further go on in the video, you're going to see if that be the case, how the hell you get all African tribes are all dark-skinned people in this instance, but then when they finally come over and they meet each other from the ones that left in Esdras, that they would say, how the hell they all get light-skinned? So now you got dark-skinned Africans who are Ephraim now meeting light-skinned Spaniards who are both Ephraim, and they supposed to come from the same mother and the same father, and they look nothing alike. How the hell does that happen? Number one. Number two, if that's the case, we was in slavery for 400 years. Shit, we still look the same. Now, after 400 years, my whole lineage didn't come up with the long, difference of hair and the lighter skin in terms of me looking like a totally different nation. Where did all this come from? If he's describing what we look like, what we came from, what we knew we were, so on and so forth. Y'all got to start making sense of this stuff. Y'all got to start thinking and using logic instead of just letting somebody tell you something and then based off of fear, you want to believe it because you think in your mind, if you're not Israel, you're not going to make it. That's bullshit.
And look, real quick. Also, you got the Gadamis, which also is in Ghana as well. A lot of them migrated from Nigeria too. Just look this up. These are also people who are over there that are claiming to be Israelites as well. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of them came from Ghana. Mm-hmm. Definitely look this up. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
Go ahead.
No, you good. And to my brother's point, even the ones who are in India, even the ones that are in Saudi, even the ones that are spread out in different four corners of the globe, they still look the same. Why is it that these camps are the only ones that are teaching that the Spaniards will be included when everybody else still looks the same no matter where you go?
Yep, and
that shit don't change.
And once again, they migrated around the 13th century. You know what I'm saying? Definitely look this up from 790 to 1076. You'll definitely see that a lot of them came from Nigeria. You know, they were around Togo and Benin. So a lot of our people were migrating and scattered. As the Bible says that what happened. And the Lord shall scatter you among who? All people. From one end of the earth even unto the other. You get what I'm saying? So that's something to look into. You know, the Gadamis, these are Israelites that currently are in Ghana who are claiming to be Hebrews, not just the Ashanti tribe. You got the Fulanis, you know, so I could go on and on. There's a lot of people, even in Cameroon. The capital of Cameroon is Yaoundé. Yaoundé is another word for Jew. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's a lot to talk about.
Yeah, let me finish this.
Yeah.
It says, I believe the dark-skinned Tainos, man, you ain't gonna find that in the Bible. It has to match up with the scripture. So if you can find that in here, then we can go by that logic. But if you read 2nd Esdras, chapter 13, you don't read nothing about no ships. You don't read nothing about the Assyrians giving us any kind of tools to build a ship. You don't hear none of that stuff in there. So you'd have to show me that the 10 tribes came over here before you can even make that statement. And you gotta prove it through here first. And you're not gonna read anything about ships in here. Period. Point blank. Period.
And there's nothing really conclusive that say Azareth is even America.
Oh, I can prove that that's wrong.
Yeah.
I can prove
Azareth, it would be more probably Northeast Africa.
I'm gonna show you. I can prove that in the Bible, and I can prove it. They use the Jewish what is that?
Britannica,
right?
Yeah, that's where they got it from.
But hold on. Even in the Jewish Britannica, it gives you the book that they got it out of. If you go to the book that they got it out of, which is that Christopher Columbus, he never says anything about America, and he never says anything about what they use to say that Arthur's is America.
I got the book.
I got it. It's not in there.
Yeah, it's not in there.
You won't find it in there. It's a damn lie.
Yeah.
It's not in there.
Yeah.
Period.
That land is in Africa.
That land
they're talking about is in Africa.
Exactly. It ain't over here. You won't find it in any Britannica, and you won't find it in the book that the Britannica references. It's not in there.
Cuba, Puerto Rico. They knew where they were taking the right people. They knew. And then you have Bantus, which is further down. That was Venezuela Booth. It's okay, Bantus. Take them, they belong to them. They belong to them. Jasper Younger comes from the Gaban people. He's Issachar. He's a Mexican hero, slave hero of Mexico.
Jasper Younger, right? He's a black slave. He's a hero. He's from the tribe of Issachar. Hold on. Tell me what that look like, y'all. He's an Issachar, tribe of Issachar. What that look like? I'm going to let y'all look at it, and you can tell me for yourself if that looks like who they describe as today's Issachar that's on the chart, the ones that we reference a lot. I'm telling y'all better wake the heck up and stop believing everything that y'all hear. But let's continue. That's what he looks like. When y'all get a chance, I know it's backwards. I ain't gonna mess with it, but when you get an opportunity, go in there and read the history about Jasper, and you will see that he looked just like you and I. Right.
Gaban or Pongo. That's where Jasper Younger comes from. Jasper Younger comes from the Gaban people. He's Issachar. He's a Mexican hero, slave hero of Mexico. The kingdom of Gaban or Pongo. That's where Jasper Younger comes from. Jasper Younger comes from the Gaban people. He's Issachar. Okay, Benin is sons of Ephraim. Sons of Benin is Ben Ephraim. That's what it is. It's corruption. Like Evo is Hebrew. It's the same thing, the corrupt form of the words. Okay, Benin is sons of Ephraim. Sons of Benin is Ben Ephraim. That's what it is. It's corruption. Okay, Benin is sons of Ephraim. Sons of Benin is Ben Ephraim. That's what it is. This is contrary to common, this is saying. Contrary to common. You'll see it. It's going to start with that. Right there, right there. Go down, go down, go down, go down. Contrary to common. The whole paragraph. Go down. Yep. Right there to others. Start right. Start a comment.
Yeah, anybody that want this video, yes, I will send it to you. And I'm looking at some of the comments about Negroes are here in America, the Olmecs dwell. Cool, whatever your beliefs, so on and so forth, cool. That's not the topic of this. So I'm not trying to get on here to understand y'all knowledge and see what you know. This is facts about who is who according to the Bible. All that other stuff, y'all can hold on to that, and we can discuss that at another time.
And we know about the Olmecs.
Yeah, we know about all that stuff. This ain't, I'm not.
In fact, there's a book called They Came Before Columbus by Ivan Van Sertima.
Right.
And it has a picture of the Olmec on the front of it. We know about the Olmec.
Right. This ain't no
Africa's gift to America.
Right. You guys, this ain't no pissing contest right now. I'm trying to show y'all something in terms of who is who according to the Bible, what we've been taught, and the people that's been teaching us these things. Do they really believe in what they're saying? The answer to that is no, they don't believe it. But they telling you that, and you believe that, and you buying into it when it's not facts at all.
Trust me, we know here. I got pretty much every book under the sun. You show me I either had it or got it.
Others. Contrary to common belief, contrary to what we've all been told in school, watch this.
So did Israel dwell in America? Because if you go to South America, you can see dark people everywhere. This is dark people.
Let's go to India. Dark people there too.
European slave traders were fairly well informed about various African ethnicities. That meant they kept records. That means they knew exactly who they were coming to get when they arrived in Africa, and the Hamites were happy to give it to us, to give us to them. Read again. Contrary to common belief, European slave traders were fairly well informed about various African ethnicities. Go ahead, watch this. Leading to slavers targeting certain ethnic groups. Leading slavers to target certain ethnic groups. Certain people in Africa, they were targeting. I don't want that one. I want that group, because that group is the group I've enslaved on this side of the world. I want that group over there. That's Manasseh over there. I want them. That's evil.
Now what he's saying is true, because one of the things that they would do is they would come over and they would study us. And it was easy to find us because we kept the Sabbath day. We had a specific custom, a specific dress code, specific foods. We were separate people. So everywhere we went, we were ruling and we were smart people. You know what I'm saying? So it wouldn't have been hard to find us. So you had people who were sent as inquisitors. They were sent as spies to watch us. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't no mistake about it. Although we had skin color like they did, they knew exactly where they were coming for, and it wasn't hard to because all they did was study our patterns. They knew who we were. People around us didn't like us. You get what I'm saying? So what he's saying is actually true. You know what I'm saying? And that's definitely something to think about. You know what I'm saying? That's something I want to say on there.
Want them. There's seven over there. I want them. They knew who they were getting. Continue. Which plantation owners preferred, or planters, go ahead. Particular desired ethnic groups. Consequently, became fairly concentrated in certain parts of the Americas. The Igbo were dispersed to colonies such as Jamaica, Cuba, Nassau, which is Yoruba, primarily Yoruba are taken there. Saint Dominique, Barbados, taken there. The United States, Belize, Honduras, and Trinidad and Tobago, among others. Let's get on Igbo people in Atlantic slave trade. Go on Wikipedia.
Hold on. So before you say something, notice he said Yoruba. The people of Yoruba are Manasseh. And they sent the people of Yoruba to Cuba.
Yeah.
If that's the case, those people of Yoruba looks like you and I.
And
They look like me and you.
he also said Saint Dominique. Where's Saint Dominique? That's Haiti today. So that would mean that those tribes are in Haiti today. That's not Levi only. You see what I'm saying? So there you go, right there.
That's a fact. He said, believe
Igbo people in Atlantic slave trade. Certain people in Africa, they were targeting. I don't want that one. I want that group, because that group is the group I have enslaved on this side of the world. I want that group over there. That's Manasseh over there. I want them. There's Ephraim over there. I want them. There's Zebah over there. I want them.
And keep that in mind, they weren't coming to get slaves. They were coming to get architects, doctors. So we were a great set of people.
Certain people in Africa, they were targeting. I don't want that one. I want that group, because that group is the group I have enslaved on this side of the world. I want that group over there. That's Manasseh over there. I want them. There's Ephraim over there. I want them. There's Zebah over there. I want them.
No, he wanted to do a lie. He's going to pay you $80.
Certain people in Africa, they were targeting. I don't want that one. I want that group, because that group is the group I have enslaved on this side of the world. I want that group over there. That's Manasseh over there. I want them. There's Ephraim over there. I want them. There's Zebah over there. I want them. The Igbo were dispersed to colonies such as Jamaica, Cuba, Nassau, which is Yoruba, primarily Yoruba are taken there. Saint Dominique, Barbados, taken there. The United States, Belize, Honduras, and Trinidad and Tobago, among others.
Interesting. And when this video come out?
Hold on. So this says, he said primarily the Yorubas was taken to Cuba as Manasseh.
I was in that.
So again, he said primarily the Yorubas was taken to Cuba as Manasseh. African tribes. Here you go.
Dispersed to colonies such as Jamaica, Cuba, Nassau, which is Yoruba, primarily Yoruba are taken there. Dispersed to colonies such as Jamaica, Cuba, Nassau, which is Yoruba, primarily Yoruba are taken there. Dispersed to colonies such as Jamaica, Cuba, Nassau, which is Yoruba, primarily Yoruba are taken there.
So who are these people then? If Yoruba and the Africans look like us, then who the hell is that?
Dispersed to colonies such as
Who is that? Who is that, ladies and gentlemen? Because the last time I checked, we all still look the same. And you can read that in the scriptures. This ain't no, this is the thing about you brothers who get on here and panic and be like, well, what about this? If you bring it out, you're going to scare everybody. What the hell are you talking about? Either you love the Lord or you don't.
Well, let's scare him.
That ain't got nothing to do with anything because somebody else telling a lie. I can't tell the truth. Because somebody else is telling something that don't make any sense. I can't say, no, this is what it really is. In fear of you thinking that somebody else's feelings is going to be hurt because they want to believe a lie. I don't operate like that. If you if you a yellow belly like that, then you gonna have to get off my page because we speak truth over here, and that's all I know. Anything but the truth. So again, if the 10 tribes already came on this side, why are we talking about this? And how did this happen? How? You gotta explain that to me if they already came over here. This is two totally different things that we've been taught, and it's totally different than what actuality is.
Cuba? Vanessa with Cuba. I know Cuba are taking there.
But where wealth equality is a principle, equality among the races is far from being a reality. Race discrimination is a regular part of life for many on the communist island, where mixed-race marriage is still taboo.
My wife is blonde. Her mother wasn't big on our relationship, but in the end she accepted it because she doesn't really have problems with black people. I think it was the first impression because all the family is white, but everything is okay now.
Blacks and mixed-race Cubans form roughly 35% of the population, but 50 years into the Cuban Revolution, and despite rights explicitly given in the Constitution, Afro-Cubans remain the victims of prejudice. Daniel and Carmen can illustrate that by simply walking down the street.
Because we're a mixed-race couple, he has to show his ID, and the police ask us how long we've been together, if we know each other, if we're married. We keep walking, and at the next corner, there's another policeman who stops us again.
I have friends that are racist. They are really racist. They tell me, because I know you, I don't put you in a box with the rest of the black people. But when I leave the place, I don't know what they really think about me.
Racism is also present in the workplace.
There is a hotel in Varadero. I don't want to name it and cause trouble. But I couldn't get a job there because I'm a black man.
Cuba recently held a televised debate on racism.
So what it's saying is the real Manessa, the real Yorubas who were having all those issues look just like us, and now guess what? They still suffering and dealing with racism over there.
Ain't that Deuteronomy 28?
That's Deuteronomy 28.
Right quick.
And guess who knows the difference? The Spaniards know the difference. We not the same people. You got the Spaniards right there telling you, yeah, we got problems even in the mixed marriages. Because my husband who's black or my fiance who's black, they always targeting him. How come they know the difference, but we be trying to convince people over here that we all the same? We not the same. They know it over there. Everywhere we go, they know it. But yet we trying to teach people this bullshit for gain, for money, for people, for status. Enough of that bullshit. Right is right. And the scriptures don't say that. You won't find that nowhere in the scriptures that say the 10 tribes came over here. You won't read it anywhere.
Of its kind, a glimmer of change in a country where Afro-Cubans are counted among the poorest.
Children here play with a stick instead of a bat. In the communities built for sugarcane cutters and their families, called patés, baseball is more than a sport. It's a ticket out of impoverishment for a very lucky few. 17-year-old Ángel Luis Jofé was almost one of them. A year ago, a talent scout from an American Major League team offered him a $350,000 contract. A dream come true for this son of a Haitian cane cutter. Until he went to obtain a copy of his birth certificate for a passport.
The registry office told me I was the son of a foreigner, of a Haitian, and that they couldn't give me any documents, even though my parents came here 30 years ago and I was born and raised here in the Dominican Republic. I had to break the contract. Now I've been offered a new one with another Major League team, but they still refuse to recognize my birthright.
Since new laws aimed at curbing illegal migration were introduced 2 years ago, thousands of first-generation Dominicans are unable to work, study, or travel because authorities in charge of issuing documents no longer recognize them as citizens, even though the Constitution...
So even they're still having those issues. It just said that the government doesn't even recognize the blacks as being citizens over there. Who else has these same issues? If we're all the same people, then nobody should be having any issues over there in terms of that. Because guess what? We all Israelite. So I thought. And also, real quick, what is his name? That used to be over Cuba. Fidel Castro. He's a Spaniard. He's a Spaniard. If you do your research, he was born. His father's from Spain. His father came over from Spain to Cuba, met his mother, had him, but he's a Spaniard. Just do your research on that.
They despise us because we're black, but we aren't Haitians, so we're Dominicans. Our children want to prosper, but they won't give us the papers.
Discrimination against Haitian guest workers and their children goes back to the days of former dictator Rafael Trujillo. In 1937, almost 40,000 Haitians were massacred in a campaign to whiten the Dominican Republic's mixed blood population.
But if the 10 tribes came over here and you had, what's his name, Trujillo, he would be one of us. So why the hell would he be slaughtering his own fellow Israelite brothers and sisters if we the same people? But I'll continue.
Still, Haitians cross the border daily into the Dominican Republic to find work. The biggest irony is that almost everyone in this country has an ancestor that came here from Africa as a slave to cut sugarcane, like this. But it's an ancestry that many would just as soon forget.
Anyone who is very black is discriminated against in this system.
Hang on, y'all. Let me put this charger on.
I go to show you how in Deuteronomy 28, how it said we will be only oppressed and spoiled evermore.
Mm-hmm.
No man shall say.
Oh, shit. Hold on, y'all. Set this up. Alright. Let's get back to it now.
It admires lighter skin and straight, soft hair. You know what they call me? Rubia. A blonde.